Now, this is the second part of the, let's call it, manager's intervention. This is to know whether or not you're a toxic boss. Now, but when I mean toxic, I mean you just bring bad energy. Nobody likes you. And you're just like, well, that comes with being a boss. No, it doesn't. No. I've never worked anywhere where my people didn't like me. I haven't worked anywhere where, I wasn't cool with the team. It's not, well, that's impossible, Dan. You wasn't doing your job right. No. That's not what it is. The people above me didn't like me because the people I managed loved me. Because why? Because I understood where they was coming from. I understood. I know there's a huge disconnect from the people coming straight directly from college into the workforce, and most likely you never in your day worked a real job. Maybe you did a couple of summer things. Maybe you might have worked a little retail for a few weeks or whatever the case may have you, but it wasn't really anything significant, or maybe you never even worked at all. Maybe you babysat, whatever the case may be. You never actually did anything worth of value compared to what you're gonna do right after leaving college. So of course you're gonna have the people that resent you because you got the position right out the gate. Other people who had to bust their ass and work their way up, whatever the case may have you. There's always gonna be a couple of people who hate you just because. But the things that I want to talk about are you a toxic boss? And I don't want you to take it and look at it as if, well, these are just things. No. They're not just things that come with the position. They're not just things that come with, being a boss or whatever the case may have you. I don't care what other people have taught you. You're not a good boss. Number one sign is the energy changes. Number one sign, the energy changes. When you walk into a room, it gets quiet. And no, don't start projecting, oh yeah, that's because they're intimidated. That's because I got the power. No, it's because they're talking about some things and they're not cool with you listening to their conversations. They're not cool with you. Maybe they was talking about you, maybe they weren't talking about you, but whatever the case may have you, whatever conversation they would have or whatever it was about, you're not cool enough with them for them to continue the conversation around you. How do I know this? Because I've been in a situation where I've walked into the break room, I had to walk through the break room just to get to my office. And what happened? People would just continue the conversations. I'd walk in and I was just mine, whatever the case may have you. And I can hire and fire these people, but they understand they're on break. They can have whatever fucking conversation that they want to have, as long as it's decent to the human level, I guess. We could talk about anything as long as the context is appropriate. I'm not gonna, crucify you, come at your head just because, you said something wild, crazy on your break. You're not saying this in front of guests. You're not saying this in front of customers. You're saying it in front of me and your fellow colleagues. You're not saying this for any type of clientele. You're saying this in the privacy of your break room. I like the word privacy. I like the way to pronounce it like that. Anyway, number 2. You know everything. You know it all. You don't like suggestions. You don't need anybody else's opinions. You know what to do, how it should be done, because that's the only right way to do it. And you don't need to explain shit to nobody because you's the boss. And what you say goes. Right? Right. Wrong, motherfucker. See, what you're creating right now is a disconnect. What you're building right now is a wall. You fucking up yourself, and you fucking up the team, and you fucking up the business. Essentially, you fucking up the money. Because what you're doing right now is you're being closed-minded, and you're being a dictator. You're basically saying that it's my way or the highway. I don't give a fuck about what you got to say. Fuck your opinion. Fuck you. And everything that you're about. Because it's what I say goes. You may not say those exact words. You may not, put it in that way, shape, or form. But essentially, at the end of the day, that's the way it's going to be translated. And that's all I'm trying to get you to understand. You cannot be closed-minded. Listen to the opinions. Even if it's wrong, you can sit there and explain to those people, thank you for the opinion. Let me tell you why that's not going to work. Let me tell you why. This is what I think we should do. You tell me between my suggestion and your suggestion, which one you think would work better. And honestly, sometimes you just got to swallow your pride and let them do their thing. Because you're going to have the, well, I know it's going to work. I know it's going to work. And you just got to let them do it. Depending on the situation, of course. If you have, some big clients or whatever the case may have, you don't have time to test the waters or whatever. But if you know that if you're allowed to fuck something up, let them fuck it up so they can learn that, damn, yeah, you was right. But use it as a learning experience. You can't just be like, I know it all. I know it all. I know it all. I understand you're trying to prevent a situation, a catastrophic situation that may cost the company some money. But if it's not a situation like that, maybe you could use that as a learning experience. You always try to find a learning experience in every situation, because even if you know it all, they don't know it all because they haven't been through it yet. So explaining the situation, explaining why you made that decision is not a sign of weakness, guys. It's not a sign of weakness. Explaining yourself is not a sign of weakness. I'm not saying explaining every little decision that you make. I'm not saying explaining every move that you do. But in certain situations, at certain times, when you're getting, suggested certain things, and you're just like, well, nah, I ain't gonna do that. You come off as an asshole. Even if you don't mean it, you just come off as an asshole. It's better to just be like, look, this is why I do it. This is why we should do it this way. Here's why I don't feel like your suggestion is gonna work. Talk to them like they're a fucking human being, my guy. That's it. So, people are leaving. Number 3, people are leaving. You don't understand why. They're just leaving. They're gone. They're quitting. They're not even showing up to work. You're calling them. They're not picking up their phone. They don't want to deal with you. They're done with the company. Now, you're going to experience this. There's nothing that you can do to get away from this. There's nothing you can do to mitigate this issue. Some people are just going to be jealous. Some people are just going to be in their feelings, and they're just going to leave. 1 or 2 people. There's always going to be at least one person that's going to leave because of you. They see your face. They don't like it. Things are changing. They're leaving. That's just the way it is. But if people start leaving by, half dozen, dozens, the problem is you. Come on, it's just simple math. You're the newest addition to the problem. They were here before. Then you show up, then they leave, and you're just like, well, no. There's an issue. Maybe they talk to you, and it doesn't just happen immediately. It's probably over a month, 2 months, 3 months. Within the first 60 to 90 days, usually. Within the first 90 days, I would say. So between the first week that you're there and the 90th day that you're there, most of the people that's gonna be leaving are gonna be leaving. The rest of the people trying to give you a chance. But there's some people who are just like, fuck this, I'm out. And the problem is you. Your personality, your energy. You suck. And I don't mean suck as in you bad at your job. No, you suck the energy out the room. You suck the air out the room. You know, you just, you're unwelcoming. You're uninviting. Your energy is off. And some people are not going to like you just because of who you are and the position that you have. Some people were in that position, got denied the position, and you got the position. You can't do nothing about that. But you could do something about the way you treat people, your personality towards them, your rapport. You don't got to be a dick to be a boss. Number 4, you're fake. You're a user and an abuser. And people notice this. If you're nice and you're charming to those people who have value to you, who can do X, Y, and D, do certain things to you, for you, then people are going to notice those things. When you turn around and you act crazy different to somebody else who have no value to you, or you talk sideways about somebody who, you know, doesn't matter, or because they can't hear you, you don't think that the person that you're saying that to is also going to view you differently now that you said those things about somebody who you're supposed to be managing, who's supposed to be my level or whatever the case may be? Because you acted that way towards that person, people are watching you. You're in a position of power. People, eyes are on you all times. So you act one way with one person, then somebody else comes around and the energy changes, it switches. People notice these things. These things are not, you're not hiding it. You're bad at faking it. You can't fake it. You just can't do those things. You're just trash. You're horrible at it. Now that goes also with you're not showing gratitude because you fake. You don't care, right? Fuck you need to say thank you for. They just doing their job. They doing what they're supposed to. You know, you're only nice when you want something. You're only nice when you need somebody to do something that's not really, you know, in their wheelhouse, or, you know, you need a favor or something. That's when you turn on the charm. That's when you're nice. That's fake. You talk down to people on a regular basis. That's what you usually do. So you come to me and now you're being all nice. Motherfucker, what you want? Now you're being all nice to me. What you need? Because I already know I already know you're looking for something, because usually you talk down to me. Usually you sarcastic. Usually you be saying some slick shit. I try to talk to you, you interrupt me, you never let me finish a damn thought. Because you know better than me. You know more. You know better. I ain't saying shit to you. What I have to say don't matter, so that's why you interrupt me. You go to meetings, you show your true self. Yeah. People try to say things, edging, whatever. No. You just like the sound of your own voice. And you think people that you build a reputation. There's gonna be somebody that everybody knows and trusts and loves, and you gonna fuck with them. And now it's gonna be like, damn, they're gonna believe everything that person says about you. And you'll be like, what happened? Well, you fuck with the person that everybody respected the most. So you got out of pocket. Just because you're the boss don't mean you run shit around here. Number 5. Number 5. Earning respect. Just because you the boss don't mean you run shit around here. Respect is always earned, never given. Well, HR, how do I earn respect? I don't know. These motherfuckers just don't listen. They don't respect me. Why? Because you're a pointer. You're not a doer. That should be this way. Why is it that way? You're not a, hey, let's do this together type person. You're I shouldn't be getting my hands dirty. Don't nobody respect that. Don't nobody respect that. If all you're going to do is stand on the sidelines and watch, how am I going to respect the watcher? Anybody could just watch. But if you down here, if you with me, even if I don't got to do it, and by I mean you, even if you don't got to do it, even if you feel like it's quote unquote above you, or some might say it's below you, you can't do nothing about that. That's grunt work, some might say. Nah, you got to go there. You got to do it with them. You got to be in there with them. That's how you earn respect. That's the only way to earn respect. It's never just given because you got a position. Nah, there's somebody, when you walk in that door, there's somebody in there that everybody respect. Whether they like them or they don't like them, they respect them. And that's the motherfucker whose respect you got to get. Get their respect first. Everybody else gonna fall in line. I'm giving you secrets now. That's a shortcut to gain everybody else's respect. You get the person who is respected the most in there, and everybody else is gonna respect you. That shit is just gonna trickle down. They respect you. By default, you are respected. And not everybody is gonna respect you, because some people want to see you, want to see something. They want to see what you do. They want to see something. They want to. You gotta show them something. Not everybody is gonna respect, but the majority is at least gonna give you that much, because they're gonna respect the person, you know, that pretty much said that you official, who gave you the check. That person said, you know what, you straight. You know, he's good, whatever the case may be. They all right. Then the majority is going to be like, all right, cool. We'll give him that much respect for you, my guy. Because we respect you, we respect them. But it's still going to be those people who want to test. It's still going to be those people who will be like, yo, you just going to have to earn it with them. But still, you're going to have to put in that work. You can't go up in there and be like, yo, well, I'm in here now. I run this. Nah, that's not how it works. But those are the signs that you're a toxic boss. All right? People change their energy when you come into a room. You feel like you know everything. People start leaving within the first 90 days. You know you're fake. You use people. You abuse people. And nobody got respect for you. You're a toxic boss.